celebrations of Lions Pride. We're here to celebrate February Students of the Month. I'm Steve Murray, principal of the high school, and I'm here with our host, Mr. Al Thomas, and the Dean of Hawthorne House, Josh Blagg. And as I said, we're here to celebrate our February Students of the Month, and we're going to start off with Hawthorne.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to introduce Ingrid Haywood as the Hawthorne Student of the Month. Ingrid has been a fabulous student for all 4 years. She takes a rigorous course load, including a couple AP classes in environmental science and psychology, with calculus and physics. She's been really active in extracurriculars and athletics. She's in National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society. She is serving as secretary of the class of 2019. She's the captain of the field hockey team, decorated athlete in the field hockey field, just finishing up her ski season, and will be playing tennis in the spring as well. There's not much she hasn't been involved in, and everything she does with a lot of enthusiasm and pride. So we're very well deserved, and we're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Being on the different teams, I don't think people understand, but teams have their own personality.
Yeah.
And kids go on to them for different purposes. I mean, because you really kind of majored, if you want to, in field hockey, and then you ski and play tennis. Those are really different.
Yeah.
Why did you do those different sports?
Well, I grew up playing tennis and skiing, and I've always just really loved them. And being at the high school, I just really wanted to try something new. And I tried a couple different winter and spring sports, and I just loved having a new challenge.
They're very different, that's for
yeah.
sure.
Do you anticipate playing any of those when you get to college?
Yeah, I'm hoping to play club field hockey. Yeah.
That's great. You list Providence College, Fairfield, and Loyola as your top 3 choices.
Yeah.
What's your course of study that you'd really like to pursue, and what do you see yourself doing even after graduation?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not totally sure yet, but I really like working with kids. So over the summer, I coach 8-year-old swimming, so I'm hoping that I can do something that I'm around children.
I know you've been around the Chelmsford Swim and Tennis Club for a long time, probably grew up there your entire life. What impact has that place had on how you view the world and how you interact with people?
Just working with the other staff members and growing up there, it's just such a sense of family, and I really feel like it's made my character better, and knowing that I always have people to fall back on. And then when I started working there, I started working with the parents too, so it's not dealing with the parents, but when there are issues, being able to communicate that and work it out.
That's great.
We often like to give kids a chance to recognize somebody that they feel has had major impact on you, either at school or outside of school. Is there anyone that you feel has really played a major role in your life that you'd like to talk about?
The first person that comes to mind is Miss Swanson. I have her for calc this year, but she's one of our class advisors. So I've known her since freshman year, and I feel like she's just a positive person to be around, very encouraging, and always there to give you advice or just support you.
Being an officer of the class of 2019 is quite a responsibility. What's been one of the most challenging aspects of that position, and what's been one of the most rewarding?
I mean, I really like being able to plan all the events coming up, for senior week, and I feel like that's just really fun, and I love working with the other class reps. It's kind of a small group, but we work really hard, and it can be tough sometimes, when you're planning these and you get kind of backlash from people that don't agree, even though it was kind of a majority thing. So just doing damage control almost about the people that don't support it.
Gotcha.
And they've been so well attended, your dances. They've been huge.
Yeah, they really have been.
Unbelievable. It's great. How's the senior class look in terms of fundraising? And
we're doing really well. We were going over everything just this week, and we're ahead of schedule. So hopefully, by the end, we'll have plenty to cover everything.
What's the next big event for the senior class?
Well, really the next big event is just senior week. So having barbecue and banquet and prom.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you've done a great job,
Thank you.
and it's a pleasure to have you with us today. I wish you, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to wish you the very best of luck,
Thank you.
whichever college you end up at.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the next student of the month that I will be presenting is from Hawthorne House as well. His name is Thomas Scalese, goes by TJ. TJ is a great example of a kid who has really maximized his potential and grown tremendously through his 4 years. He started out somewhat shy and quiet, and has really come into his own and really done great things here at Chelmsford High. He's taking a very difficult course load, including AP statistics and physics and calculus, a little sociology, psychology, digital photography, to name a few. He is the captain of one of the captains of the boys swim team, who is having a tremendous season. I think they were 10-1 around there, and won the MVC title and just placed high at the sections. And States is coming up this weekend, so they look to make a lot of noise at States this weekend. He's won an Emerging Leader Award and a Highest Academic Achievement Award in his time here. He's active in his church and at the Baricca Boys Club. Also teaches some swim lessons at the Goldfish Swim School out of Westford. He plans to attend Bridgewater State, be on the swim team there, and major in mathematics and secondary education to hopefully become a high school math teacher someday. So congratulations, TJ.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, hopefully the real highlight of the season's coming up and hasn't taken place, but has there been something special that's happened over the first part of your season, the swim team?
Yeah, so this year has been just an amazing year overall. We've accomplished so many things that teams in the past haven't done. Like we beat Westford for the first time in Chelmsford history, and we also beat Andover for the first time since 2006. So it's been a really great year for us.
Very good.
What event do you do, or events?
So I do 100 back, 2 IM, and 100 free most of the time. So.
I feel like we're really close because I stood next to your dad at the Andover meet.
really?
He gets really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great though.
Talk to me a little bit about your experience with the Baricca Boys Club, and I know you've been really involved with the youth there. What do you do there?
So I swam there for many years, and it's just been a great place they really taught me how to swim and taught me how to be in a community and stuff. So I was also captain there for 2 years. So it's been really nice just meeting a bunch of people and learning how to interact with other people. And also as captain, it would set up fundraisers and stuff, setting up meets and stuff. So it really helped me also learn that I also want to teach and help other kids, just because there are so many younger kids from the ages of 6 and unders all the way up to my age of 18. So it's just really nice to interact with people of different ages.
We actually had a meet there once. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Were you involved? I
feel
think
like
we
was-
swam Westford
yeah,
there.
Swam back on that a long time ago. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So being a captain of a diverse group of guys, there's 25 to 30 kids on the team, and they come from all walks, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the big challenges of being a good leader?
So it's really hard because there's so many different personalities on the team. So it's really hard to try and deal with everyone, because there is just a lot of different people. But it's also, you also have to just always be out there and always be in a positive mood. It doesn't really matter how your races go or how your life is going, because when you're on the pool deck or even off the pool deck, whenever you're interacting with other people, you always need to just put on a smile on your face and always hype up the team, get the team ready, and just be there to be a role model for the team, and how you need to act is how everyone else needs to act. So.
I'd like to give you the same opportunity that I did the previous student, and to recognize anybody that you feel has played a major role either at school or in the community in your life.
So definitely my 2 coaches, Craig Vitale and Megan Kennedy. They were always there for me, just from freshman year all the way up till now, and hopefully even after. But they were just always there if I was ever having a bad day, or if I was ever just having in a bad mood. They'd always be there to cheer me up and always help me just pick my mood up and always help me push forward and push through the struggles. But also in my junior year, I took pre-calc, and I had the teacher, Mr. Mack. He was the teacher who really encouraged me to go into math, because I always knew I wanted to be in secondary education for a major, but I didn't really know what subject. So him teaching really taught me that that's what I want to do. So it's been nice talking to him. He's also wrote one of my letters of recommendation. So it was just nice having a teacher like Mr. Mack to like influence me to become a math teacher.
That's great.
What makes you want to teach high school?
So just younger kids are honestly really stressful. And just like, so it's just nice to be with older kids and just to really influence them in what they're going to be doing for their entire life. Because I know many high school teachers for me have influenced me in what I want to do in the future. So it's just been really nice. It was going to be really nice to like help other kids to go into their future.
That's great. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to present you with this plaque, and I want to thank you for your many contributions to our school, and wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next student of the month is from Emerson House. It's Anamarie Sogade. Anamarie does AP Physics, AP Psychology, AP French, and does the honors Anatomy and Physiology. She's the National Honor Society, currently the Vice President of the National Honor Society. She's the Social Justice Club, the co-founder of that, does the Thomas Jefferson Forum. For volunteer work, she does vacation Bible school, and she does Sunday school, and she plans on going to college next year, and we'll kind of find out a little bit more. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what are you looking at for next year? What are your plans?
4-year college. I'm hoping to get into either Wesleyan or BU. Those are my top 2 choices.
What do you want to study?
Psychology, and hopefully go into psychiatry.
What do you see yourself doing with that?
Well, I hope to, psychiatry is a lot of mental, a lot of looking at people, because even now I kind of, a lot of times am always helping people. That's what I love to do. So I hope to have a profession that can also facilitate that.
Fantastic.
It means you're going to grad school, you know.
Yeah, it means a lot of school.
Yeah, there's a lot of school.
I don't think I'm even halfway through yet. So.
That's a good point.
As co-founder of the Social Justice Club, can you educate us about what was the impetus for that club, and what are some of your activities and missions?
Well, Brittany and I, for a long time actually, because we've been friends for a while. Brittany Jenga, sorry. We always talked about just activism and there's a lot of social injustice in this world, and we really wanted to bring that to CHS, and we weren't able to do that for a while. Maybe just like social pressures or just other pressures that may have impacted us on that. But then eventually, our senior year, she was like, I really want to found a club that can bring social awareness to CHS, and I was like, that's a great idea. So then her, Ricky Jiniku, and a couple other people, they kind of left. We were like, let's start a club. And then I think Brittany went to you. I wasn't there, and you approved it, and yeah. So we hope just to kind of, just honestly bring social awareness. And for activities, really, it's just kind of general. Well, what we wanted to do was just have almost like, just discussions almost about, because a lot of different rights and social problems, and that's what we've kind of been doing so far.
Great.
Good. And you do those winter and spring tracks?
Yeah.
What events do you do?
I do the hurdles. I did the 4x100 in the spring last year, and I also did long jump, but I decided to leave that.
Leave them.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, honestly, I just didn't like the sand in my shoes, and also it's very,
I can see.
yeah. Well, it's also very painful for my shins to do hurdles and long jump, so I just kind of decided to take one out.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's one I would take out as well. So National Honor Society, you're the vice president?
Yeah,
on that?
co-vice president,
Co-vice
Abby
president.
Siegel. Yeah.
What is the hardest and the most rewarding thing about in that position?
Definitely just planning anything, I think, requires a lot of hard work, especially Hunt for a Cure. That was months of preparation. Yeah, it was a really big event. And then on top of that, also the induction, a lot of kids that we had to take care of. And that was very hard, but it's also very rewarding. I know the guy that runs the Paul Center, Walt, he was like, thank you so much for doing this every year. So it's just rewarding to hear people, appreciate what we do.
They are very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
That's great. You get a good crowd that goes there too.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is there someone at Chelmsford High School or someone in the community that has been really helpful for you?
At Chelmsford High School, probably my coach, Miss Silk. She's honestly just such a good coach, and she's my calculus teacher this year. So it's just nice, and she always has a smile and always encourages me.
She's very good natured, she really is.
Yeah.
Okay, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I'd like to present you with this plaque. And whatever works out for you for the next year, it sounds like you have some plans, and I'm sure that you'll be successful in whatever you take.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, congratulations. It's my pleasure on behalf of Emerson House to now introduce Damien Gould as the Emerson Student of the Month. Damien is an outstanding student. He currently is taking, 6 AP courses, French, statistics, computer science, calculus, English, and physics. So he really took a light load his senior year. He's in the National Honor Society, the French Honor Society. He currently serves as treasurer of that organization. He's in the English Honor Society, which is a new honor society, CHS. He's a member of both the indoor and outdoor track teams and is a captain for indoor track this season. He's a member of the Robotics Club, DECA, and he qualified multiple years for states in DECA competition. He's an Eagle Scout candidate. He won the Rensselaer Medalist, Excellence in Mathematics Award, Emerging Leader Award, Most Improved Player for Track. In his free time, he likes to play some guitar, puzzles, programming, and loves to throw the shot put. Damien is just a tremendous student athlete and a credit to Chelmsford High. Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
What is your Eagle project?
I wrote Eagle Scout Canada because all I have left is just to do my board review this March. But what I did was there's this new reservation at Oak Hill in North Chelmsford, and before I did my project, part of the public trails went onto private property, which might get shut. Those private properties may shut it down just because liability reasons, so it makes sense, and I'm not blaming those private properties for that. But so my trail was just to redirect the trail to keep it on public property, and so we had to dig out. It was a lot of work to dig out a trail it was about a quarter of a mile long, and then we found this quarry, or I found the quarry that no one knew was there, and so I decided to have the path have 2 ways. One that goes around the quarry because during the winter and spring it fills up with water, so you can't walk through it. But in the summer it's low enough that you can actually cross it. So I moved some large rocks with the help of volunteers to make a staircase down. You can walk across through the middle of it. So.
In your scouting career, did you go to Whittier?
Yeah, I did a lot. Not these past 2 years, which I kind of regret. It's just I've done a lot. I've gone multiple weeks some years just to continue working on those merit badges and have some fun with my friends. And so honestly, my biggest regret was not going to summer camp these past 2 years.
Well, it shows how much impact it had on you.
You do robotics. How's that going?
I started off I was more into it at the beginning of the year. I still follow it, but at the beginning of the year, because I do indoor and outdoor track, the fall season is my off season, but during the track season, it tracks right after school. So I haven't been able to attend it as highly, but I know we did well at we started off well with some of the competitions. I was helping compete for the first one, actually in the competition, while after that, we tried to swap out who's in the competition, who's just for the background, getting the robot ready, just so everyone can have the experience of piloting the robot.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a great program, though.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. Have you thrown against this kid that's now the tops in the nation?
Aiden Felty.
I guess.
Yeah. Last year at one of the Sunset meets, I was in the same flight as him. It's really demoralizing. He threw 20 feet further than me. So, yeah.
Well, on behalf of the Rotary Club, sounds like you've done great things, and we expect great things from you in the future. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Damien.
Congratulations. Our next student of the month is from Whittier House. It's Phoebe Chimera. Phoebe Chimera does AP Physics, AP Spanish, AP Calculus. She's also in 3 honor societies: National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and English Honor Society. She did varsity soccer. She's a class rep. She does everything in the building, it sounds like. She was in the freshman mentor program and is serving on the board, does mock trial, and now she's here. So congratulations and welcome. How are you doing, Phoebe?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. So you want to do a pre-law track.
I do. Yes.
Economics. So what do you see yourself doing then, economics and pre-law?
So my ultimate goal is being a tax attorney, which most people are like, why do you do that? But I work for my dad's management consultant firm. I'm an intern, and I've done a lot of W-2 tax returns, and while I was doing all that like tedious math, like I figured out that that was something I actually liked doing.
Good for you.
And after being in the mock trial program and being on the team, I figured out I wanted to be a lawyer, so I put the 2 together. And tax attorney. Just that's my end goal, but obviously being a teenager, I might change my mind. But that's the goal for right now.
That's excellent.
Phoebe, you've been a vital member of the freshman mentor program and on the executive board this year. And the program's really grown and matured over the years and done great things this year. What does that experience in that program mean to you?
So when you get into the high school, the first person that you meet is your mentor besides your teachers. And you kind of get this vibe that being a mentor is something you want to get to do eventually, even if you don't know what it is. So like when I was a freshman, I saw them wearing the tie-dye blue shirts and I was like, oh, they look cute in those. Maybe I'll be a mentor. And I applied and went through the interview process and I became a mentor, and I had 3 mentees, which is more than most people. Most people just have 1. So getting to help, they were all boys too, getting to help all of them and like just hearing their humor and getting to see them once a month was something I looked forward to. So I decided to apply for the board. Being selected I wasn't really expecting it because I just threw an essay together and hoped for the best, but you actually called me down to your office.
It wasn't easy to say.
Told me that I was selected to be on the board, and I mean, just seeing the outcome of putting in so many hours after school, that last month of school, when everybody else is going to the baseball games or the lacrosse games, and you stay after to work on all of this stuff is really just rewarding, and seeing the freshmen not be so nervous on their first day is really just what it's all about.
An important program.
Yep.
If I remember, you went to RILA?
I did.
Was that a good experience for you?
I feel like RILA isn't talked about enough. Not enough people know what it is, but going there, I made friends that I still talk to from all over Massachusetts, and the feeling of going through the interview process and getting picked to be a part of something is always a good feeling. So yeah, I really enjoyed RILA.
Well, the deadline for this year is coming up, so if you know sophomores who haven't applied, get them to apply.
I will.
Okay.
So what do you look forward to most when you go to college?
Just a new start. I feel like when you go through a school district for all 12 years, you know the same people, they know you, and they expect like a certain type, they know what you're all about. So I'm looking forward to college so that there's nothing that they're expecting from me. Like I can show up and just make new friends the way I want to. Because in Chelmsford, sometimes your friends are picked for you. Yeah.
And I also, you get involved in so much in our school. Is there anything you'll be doing that you want to carry on when you get to college?
I'm going to try to join the mock trial team wherever I end up, just because it's always a good asset to have if you're trying to be a lawyer.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
Just quickly, is there anybody that you feel has made a major impact on you that you'd like to recognize?
Definitely my guidance counselor, Mrs. Orsini. She has ended many of my meltdowns mid-school
So she
day.
put up with you,
Yes, she has seen me cry, laugh, so I really just owe her the world.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Well, congratulations for all your achievements. And on behalf of the Rotary Club, I'd like to present this to you. Say hi to your dad.
I will.
Great job, Phoebe.
Thank you.
Good job. And our last student of the month is also from Whittier House. It's Moses Mwaura. Moses is here. He takes AP Computer Science, Senior Odyssey, Physics, Calc, and Sociology. He's on the Spanish Honor Society, and he's another person of our varsity swim team who's having a phenomenal season, as Dean Blagg had pointed out. He's a class rep. He does computer programming. He enjoys that and front-end web development. He works at Wendy's, and he wants to pursue a career in computer science as well. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you.
What would you like to do in computer science?
I like computer science. Basically, I like the back end. There's two parts of computer science. There's front end, and I like the back end. I like how things work, how they interact with each other. So I'd like to do most of software engineering. So yeah.
So what's front end?
Front end is more like the visual arts, like websites, how they look like, and the back end is how they work. That's what I'm really interested in.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And where would you want to be doing that, do you think?
A big company such as Google or Amazon.
That pays a lot of money.
The tech giants, yeah. And either that, or I could alternatively start my own business, and I could have a software firm or something. Yeah.
Where will you be going next year, do you know?
I don't know yet, but I have been accepted to Bridgewater State, so.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm expecting to hear from Assumption College, which is where I'm really interested into attending.
Nice.
Yes.
Very good. And so, for varsity swim team and dive team, what are the events that you do there?
I used to do the 50 free and the 100 freestyle, usually. Yeah. I would admit I'm not the best at it, but we all worked, we did our best during that season. We had the best season so far. And there's a lot of talented kids in the swim team, so yeah, it was a good season so far.
That's great.
Yeah.
10-1, I think you were saying?
I think so.
That's amazing.
Right? Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You want to swim in college?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't think so. It's such a commitment. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there someone who's affected you either at the school or outside that you'd like to recognize today?
I would like to recognize Miss Hill because she's always listened to me every time. I've always had my ups and downs, and I was going to talk to her whenever I'm feeling low, and she always gives me good advice every single time. And she's just been with me for the past 2 years, I think. And it's really been an experience having her as my guidance counselor because she's such a supportive person.
That's great.
And Miss Silk is probably the best teacher I've ever had. I never recognized, she's been my plus block teacher, in fact, for the past 4 years, but I never realized how good of a teacher or person she is until I had her for my calculus class this year, and she's such an amazing person. She's a really good teacher, and I love having Miss Silk, yes.
So, Moses, you, at the breakfast, I think you mentioned that you can speak 4 different languages.
Yes.
How does that, having that background, how does that affect how you view the world and view people, and just having that ability to communicate in 4 different languages?
The world, people are different, the world is different, there's different people. It's very interesting because I can go to different countries and I can speak a language in which they understand, which is the benefit of being multilingual. It's challenging, but I've grown up knowing different languages, so I'm kind of used to it. So I took Spanish during high school, and it was such an experience because you learn about the culture and different stuff. And language is more about the culture and how people communicate with each other. So I've seen how different cultures interact with each other throughout the world. So it's pretty interesting.
What are your 4 languages?
Well, including English and Spanish now, and I speak also Swahili and Kikuyu. And Kikuyu is more of a tribal language in my country. The different tribes scattered everywhere, that's a tribal language. And Swahili is more like the Commonwealth of East Africa, which is basically 3 countries, and they all speak these 1 languages. So so I speak those 2 languages, which are very native, and then English and Spanish.
You have a lot of opportunities to speak those languages. My mother's from Mexico, but sometimes she gets word retrieval because it's been so long, and then she gets to practice with someone.
I only speak English at school and at my cousins, but then at home I speak the other 2 languages because it's just a habit of not speaking English at home.
That's great.
Yeah, but all my cousins have been raised here, so I have to speak English to them, and so they can understand what I'm saying because they don't understand anything else. So yeah.
That's good.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And I'm impressed by your credentials. I'm sure that you'll get accepted. One thing, no matter what school you get accepted to, if you put your heart and soul into it, it'll pay dividends for you. So
yeah.
Take the pressure off.
It's what you do when you get there.
Yeah.
Whatever there is.
So best of luck as you move forward.
Thank you.